Thanks, Chrissy, for that force of nature. My name is Michelle Mackey, filling in today for Kevin Yard, and we are at Hamilton, and we are at Bayfront Park, where the temperatures are very chilly. I was actually shivering so much my teeth were chattering. Let's talk temperatures. Hamilton right now, we're at 2, -3 with the wind chill, but I can tell you with that breeze whipping off the bay behind me, feeling much colder. Similar temperature for Toronto, we're sitting at 2. As we head to Oshawa, we're at 1. Barrie, -1. Kitchener, -1. But in Barrie and Kitchener, -7 with those wind chills. So certainly a cold start to the day. If you're heading out, make sure you bundle up. We'll be seeing a little bit of a warm up as we go throughout the day, but not much. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing those double-digit temperatures that we saw yesterday. Now, we're going to have much more coming up on how the Hamilton community is feeling about their disappointing loss in the Grey Cup yesterday. Here's Tom with traffic. I'm Michelle Mackey, and this morning for Kevin Yard, we're in Hamilton at Bayfront Park, and it is certainly a cold start to the morning, but I've seen some very brave and hardy running groups out, and yeah, very brave, because when we factor in the wind chill in Hamilton, feeling like -3, right where we are, much colder because we've got that breeze coming right off the water. All right, let's talk temperatures for this morning in Hamilton. Again, sitting at -3 with the wind chill, and when we go to Toronto, similar temperature. We're at 2, -3 with the wind chill. As we head further to Oshawa, we're actually quite cold in terms of the wind chill, and Barrie, Kitchener, -6, -7 with the wind chill. Cold start to the morning, so bundle up the kids before they start back to school this week. And of course, we are in Hamilton because yesterday the Ticats suffered a disappointing loss, so we are going to be chatting with a few of the sad folks in the community and see how they're feeling about that loss today. And for now, I'll send it back in studio. Here's Chrissy and Tom.
Thanks for that, Michelle. I missed it. You won.
Thanks for that top 5, Natalie. I'm Michelle Mackey, and today for Kevin Yard, and we are in Hamilton at Bayfront Park. Certainly a cold start to the morning. We're sitting right now in Hamilton at 1, but when we factor in those westerly winds, feeling more like -2, and where I'm standing right now, just off the bay, oh my, that wind is whipping. My teeth are chattering, my breath foggy. So bundle up this morning. You're going to need it. We've seen some runners out here, and they are completely covered head to toe, but I'm sure they're a little bit warmer than I'm feeling right now. Through Toronto, we're sitting at 2, Oshawa at 1, Barrie -2, and Kitchener -1. But again, when we factor in those wind chills, feeling much colder. Now, coming up, we will be chatting to a few folks from the community with their feelings on their Ticats loss. I know I'm personally a Ticats fan, so I'm a bit disappointed. How are you feeling about that, Chrissy and Tom?
Well, I'm not going to lie. I actually missed the game because I had the early morning shift for Emily, so I went to bed.
That was Force of Nature. I'm Michelle Mackey, coming to you from Hamilton. A cold start to the morning, fitting because it's the first day of December, of course. Less than 4 weeks until Christmas. I don't know about you, but I certainly haven't started my shopping. I should probably get on that. And a cold start to the morning. We're sitting at 1 in Hamilton, but when we factor in those westerly winds, feeling more like -2 with the wind chill. Through Toronto, we're sitting at 2, -3 when we factor in the wind chill. Oshawa at 1, Barrie -2. Kitchener -1, but feeling more like -7. I've seen some very brave souls out here running today, bundled up, certainly warmer than I am. I don't know, maybe I should go and start running with them to warm up. For now, I'll send it back to you in the warm studio, Tom, with traffic. Thanks for that force of nature, Chrissy. I'm Michelle Mackey, coming to you from Hamilton. And unfortunately, a very cold start to the day, a far cry from those double-digit temperatures we saw yesterday. I had some tweets coming in. Jim in Burlington, he sent me one. He was in his shorts and T-shirt out in the garden. You know what? I'll take it. But yes, a far cry from the temperatures we saw yesterday. Today, Hamilton right now, we are sitting at 1, feeling more like -2 with those westerly winds. Toronto, we're at 2, Oshawa 1, Barrie -1, and Kitchener -1 as well, factoring in those wind chills, feeling much colder. And on the subject of tweets and social media, we always love to see our photos and videos from our viewers. And if you would like to do so, you can do that at upload.com www.theweathernetwork.com. I'll send it back in studio. Here's Tom with traffic. And from around the world to Hamilton, my name is Michelle Mackey in this morning for Kevin Yard, and it's a very cold start to the morning, a very quiet start to the morning, and also a little bit depressing in the city of Hamilton. Of course, it was the 102nd Grey Cup finals held yesterday in Vancouver, and the Ticats suffering a disappointing loss, unfortunately. And the weather, we had double digits yesterday. Cool temperatures today. Let's take a look at the numbers. Right now in Hamilton, we're at 1, feeling like -2 when we factor in those westerly winds. Toronto downtown, we're at 2, -3 with the wind chill. Oshawa sitting at 1, Barrie -1, and Kitchener -1 as well. Again, very cold temperatures when we factor in the wind chill. Very quiet morning here. It's beautiful though. It's serene, and in comparison to the surrounding, you've got the train tracks on one side. It's a little bit industrial, but this is a beautiful, nice scene in the middle of Hamilton, and I'll send it back inside to Chrissy and Tom with more. Michelle Mackey joining you in this morning for Kevin Yard, coming to you from Hamilton, Ontario. Of course, a sad start to the morning. The Hamilton Ticats had a disappointing loss yesterday against the Calgary Stampeders, and a cool temperature to perhaps match some down feelings. A far cry from those double digits that we had yesterday. All right, let's talk the numbers. Hamilton right now, we're sitting around 1, but when we factor in those westerly winds, feeling more like -2. I personally have a case of the shivers. Toronto downtown, we're sitting at 2, -3 with the wind chill. Oshawa at 1, a cold -4 wind chill. Barrie -1, Kitchener -1, and both of those at a wind chill of -7. All right, I'll send it back inside to Chrissy and Tom. Thanks for that force of nature, Chrissy. My name's Michelle Mackey in today for Kevin Yard, coming to you from Hamilton. Of course, a sad day for the Hamilton community. Their beloved Ticats lost to the Calgary Stampeders. A disappointing day, and perhaps colder temperatures are on par with some dampened spirits. Let's talk numbers. Right now in Hamilton, we're sitting at 1, but when we factor in those northwesterly winds, feeling more like -2. So bundle up. I've got a case of the shivers right now. Toronto, we're at 2 in the downtown core, feeling like -3. Through Oshawa, we're sitting at 1, a cold wind chill at -4, and Barrie -1, Kitchener -1. But when we factor in those wind chills, feeling more like -7. Tom, it's a far cry from those double digits temperatures that we saw yesterday, isn't it? Thanks, Chrissy, for that force of nature. My name's Michelle Mackey in today for Kevin Yard, coming to you from Hamilton, and we are at Bayfront Park. Certainly a cold start to the morning. My lips are actually getting a little bit numb. Let's talk temperatures. Right now in Hamilton, we're sitting at 1, but when we factor in those northwesterly winds, feeling more like -2 with the wind chill. Toronto, the downtown core, sitting at 2, -3 with a wind chill. To Oshawa now 1 and -4 wind chill. Barrie and Kitchener both at -1, a -7 wind chill. So today is certainly a day you're going to need the hat, the scarves, the gloves, and even though there's no snow on the ground, I think today and the temperatures certainly warrant long johns and snow pants. I'll send it back inside. Here's Tom with traffic. Yes, oh, what I would give for a warm cup of tea right now. Thanks, Tom and Chrissy. Yes, we're in Hamilton at Bayfront Park. It's a gray day. It's a cold day, perhaps reflective of how the Hamilton community is feeling this morning after their beloved Ticats lost to the Calgary Stampeders in yesterday's CFL Grey Cup. Right now in Hamilton, we're sitting at 1, but when we factor in those wind chills, feeling more like -2. So definitely a day to bundle up, hats, mitts, the works. You're going to need it. Through Toronto, we're at 2 right now. Oshawa 1, Barrie and Kitchener both -1, but feeling more like -7 with the wind chill. Now I'll throw it back inside to you, and yes, Tom, get on that holiday shopping. Yes, I think those cold temperatures perhaps matched some dampened spirits. Yes, the Ticats, a disappointing loss in the 102nd Grey Cup held yesterday in Vancouver, and a far cry from those double-digit temperatures, Chrissy, that you were talking about. We're down into the minus single digits today, colder when we factor in that wind chill. I had some tweets coming in yesterday from people out in shorts and t-shirts. And on that note, we always love to receive our viewers' photos and videos, and if you would ever like to do so, you can do that at upload.theweathernetwork.com and share in our weather story. Chrissy, I'll send it back inside. Yes, Chrissy, coming to you from Hamilton. We're at Bayfront Park, and as you can see, a very quiet day. No one's out on the picnic tables yesterday, despite a little bit of drizzle with those temperatures in the double digits. It was a busy day at the park, but today, ooh, it is chilly. I've got a case of the shivers, but nonetheless, we've seen some very brave souls out running around and doing their morning workouts. Very brave. Me, not so much. I'm a baby when it comes to the cold, so I'll send it back inside to you, Chrissy.
You and me both, Michelle. Be sure.
Well, it's certainly a cold day in Hamilton, a far cry from those double-digit temperatures we saw yesterday. Sunday, Pearson reported 14 degrees. I actually had some tweets coming in of people out in their shorts and t-shirts. And on that subject, we always love to receive our viewers' photos and videos. And if you would like to do so, you can do that at upload.theweathernetwork.com and share in our weather story. Back to you. Michelle Mackey joining you from Hamilton, and I am here with
Susan Sobot, Burlington.
And
Brenda Burdett, Hamilton.
With a very important question. Ladies, which is worse, the Hamilton Ticats loss or this drop in the temperatures?
Drop in temperature.
Ticat loss. Come on, Susan. That was devastating.
No, we're going to be walking. It's going to be freezing.
Back to you inside. Michelle Mackey coming to you from Hamilton, and I am joined by Brian and his cute pup, Riley. Now, Brian, I've got to ask, we are in Hamilton, of course, which is worse, the Ticats loss or this drop in temperatures?
The drop in temperatures.
Apparently not much of a Ticats fan. Back to you inside.
Big drop in temperatures. Yesterday, Hamilton was around 13 degrees. And today, when we look at Hamilton this afternoon, feels like -5 with that wind chill. Toronto, 0.